I was like, Brayden, get your butt back in the car. We gotta go.
9-year-old Maddie Harai was scared for her life and her little brother Brayden's when they felt the heat of the fire from their front door.
I was like, well, that's not good because it would come and since this place is all wood, then it would like explode.
Owner of Highland Motor Sales across the street from the fire tried to help their neighboring business, Vicious Cycles.
I called him and he wanted me to try to get his inventory out of there because he's out of town this evening. And it was too late by the time we got here. And we don't know what the building's like inside, but it was really hot over there. There's a ton of lumber in there, and we heard propane tanks exploding. We heard when I got here, everything was engulfed in flames.
He wasn't the only one to hear those propane tanks.
Big fire, and then all of a sudden we just heard propane tanks everywhere. Like they were just going like bombs.
More than 100 people gathering to watch the firefighters battle the blaze.
I saw a huge fire going up, and they were trying to control it. Finally went down for a bit, and all of a sudden it just started catching a little bit more fire. Embers were on the telephone poles.
Others choosing to stay far from the action.
Everyone was going there, and I was like, what the heck, people? You're supposed to be leaving, not going right to it.
Working for you in Cumberland County, Christine McClarty, ABC 27 News.
Billowing smoke draws a crowd.
Terrible. Everybody's losing their homes and stuff.
An apartment building at the Village of Pineford complex in Middletown.
And we were just laying in bed. We heard all the sirens, and we heard that they were pretty close. So we came out, and it was just smoke.
The entire 5th floor engulfed.
The wind's spreading it quicker than they can control it.
If it wouldn't have been windy, it might not have been as bad.
It started late Sunday morning.
It's crazy. Like we just got so used to the fire alarm going off.
Smoke was still pouring out more than 2 hours later.
And the alarm came off. He was going to ignore it initially until we smelled smoke.
James Bullock doesn't know where he's going to sleep tonight.
Just to go from a normal Sunday to, I don't know, standing out watching your building on fire.
I'm not too sure they're going to be able to repair this easily.
Holy cow.
Too many others face the same situation.
Now you see a lot of people that don't have a home anymore. Hopefully a place to go to.
Despite an ocean's worth of water, the wind proves a tough adversary.
Yeah, it just comes back up again.
They just had that out about 10 minutes ago.
The structure failing.
Roof's starting to cave on the corner.
Oh gosh, you see the whole side panel fall off? The whole balcony just collapsed.
When the smoke dissipates about 3 hours in, the ordeal is just beginning.
So I don't even know how it's going to be livable.
Today I'm saying prayers for the people that are in this fire. You have to keep the faith.
Working for you, Chris Davis, ABC 27 News. From truck to hose.
It works better for everyone to keep it clean.
Bath time at Hammond's Rocks.
You gotta get up here again.
Tom Rowan hits the showers.
So you put a bunch of chemicals, you paint it on, you let it dry, and then you scrub it, and then you hose it off and you scrub it some more.
Tom brought his class from Yellow Breech's Educational Center here.
You're like, this is coming off.
To scrub off years, decades of spray paint.
Oh, it was terrible. Like this whole rock right here, all these rocks were filled with graffiti.
I don't understand why somebody would ever want to do that.
It was like...
If you come up on an old building and there's a bunch of broken windows, yeah, people are just gonna, keep breaking windows because they'll think it's okay.
Same thing here, one of 37 graffiti hotspots on state lands. People see paint, people add paint.
It's disheartening to have the graffiti here, but it's very nice to have it removed.
Together with the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources and the nonprofit Pennsylvania Parks and Forests Foundation, volunteers are on cleanup number 5 this year. The cost so far, around 20 grand.
Everybody wants to see the project to completion and get people back out here enjoying it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed.
There's still work to do, but this group hopes their progress doesn't wash away.
Positive behavior breeds positive behavior.
But I think if we clean it up and show people like, hey, this is a really nice area, and we take care of it, then they're going to be more likely to take care of it.
Sometimes I don't even need to be out here. I just have the sign out here. They'll just pull right in. The sign will do it for me.
Every
Carlisle Car Show.
Need a spot?
People who live near the fairgrounds offer their yards as parking lots.
At one time, 15 or 20, the most.
Harold Stum has been parking cars for 27 years.
Most all of them are regular. They've been here a long time, most of them.
Like Lou Principe.
Very close, right? Easy to walk to. Very reasonable. He charges $5. He hasn't raised it at all any time, so it's really nice. And he's a great guy, you know. No problem. It's nice to deal with.
Harold's not in the car parking business for the money.
Just to meet people, that's mostly. I don't make a lot of money. A big day like this, maybe, you know, you make $50, $75 maybe. And that's a big day.
Next door, Fred Killinger parks cars too.
Drive safe.
He's not afraid to admit he likes the money.
The extra cash comes in handy, especially when they keep reducing my taxes, which never have gotten reduced yet. And so it comes in handy. We just filled the last one in. Sorry.
It's not an easy job, but these generous neighbors do it anyway.
I'm constantly having to do this all the time.
Working for you.
But it's all right.
Carissa Schatzer.
Gives me exercise.
ABC 27 News.
Bluegrass is the true mountain music. It's not the country stuff that you hear now.
Bluegrass, I would say probably technically the banjo sets it apart.
This is true down-home bluegrass from the hills.
You're going to come here and you're going to see the heart of America. They've been through hard times. They're going through it just like you are. And it's an oasis away from all the bad things that are going on in the world today for a little while.
There's guitars and the bass, everything, a nice mandolin playing.
Listen to bluegrass and get to know its people, because you're going to make friends that are going to become your family and support the Gettysburg Bluegrass Festival.
Thank you all. God bless you. American Airlines 3498 Chicago.
Arrivals, departures, comings and goings, all part of the daily routine at HIA.
5 to 10 minutes we'll be out there with you.
But Clarence Stuck was especially excited for one plane and one passenger.
He was a great brother.
Yeah.
There's not too many people have great brothers.
Clarence has waited 65 years for this plane to land, delivering his brother Ken back to the mid-state.
I didn't expect all this.
Clarence got VIP treatment close to the runway, and before Ken came off, a personal visit from the pilot.
It's my honor to carry your brother home.
Thank you, sir.
We got him home.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
As Clarence's brother came into view, the 83-year-old Army veteran managed to salute, but couldn't hold back tears.
Oh, Kenny, welcome home, buddy.
Ken Stuck left Hummelstown 65 years ago for Korea. 6 months later, he was killed, and for 6 decades, missing.
It's just the unknown. Where is he? Where was he?
Barbara Bowser is Stuck's niece. She was 6 when the Army declared her fun-loving uncle dead.
I just remember the sadness. My grandmother especially. She just never got over it.
Boxes of Korean remains were returned to the U.S. in the early 90s and finally identified a few months ago.
They said that it was all but 100%. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better DNA result.
And Clarence, Ken's only surviving sibling, couldn't have asked for a better role, escorting his brother the final few feet of his long journey.
As soon as he opened up the door to the limousine, it was just to the hearse. You know, the first thing he said was, "Welcome home, brother," and that will resonate with me probably forever, just because, you know, the elation in him knowing that his brother is now home.
Korea, sandwiched between World War II and Vietnam, is often called the Forgotten War. But this day proves those who fought it were not.
You know, it's just been running rampant, the feelings, and today when that airplane came down the airstrip, it was just, he's home. Yeah.
We're trying to do a 10-minute ticket time, and if the chicken's pounded out, it'll be done in time.
Salt's ready.
We wanted to give students an opportunity to practice cooking where they got to feel the importance of getting a product out in time. Can you turn those up to boiling, those 2 pots right there? Wide open, full speed. Yes, ma'am.
I've learned so much from here.
Oh, it's just great. It's a great opportunity. Gets you out there into the job field.
And how many are in your party?
The restaurant idea was something I had wanted to do for a long time. If it's cooked, put it into a clean pan for us. Nice, James.
I like it. It gets my blood flowing and gets me up in the morning.
It gets very hectic sometimes.
I need another order of wheat. Where is she?
There'll be a lot of stuff to do.
Tea, coffee, pump jets, cups, saucers, spoons, napkins. All right.
When it gets really busy, we draw a picture of the whole cafeteria.
It makes them sharper. It puts a little pressure on them so they can feel like, hey, in a real job, you don't have 25 minutes to make an omelet. You got 5 minutes to get that thing out of here. You got 3 of them. Let's get all 3 going, right? Yep. Okay, let's go.
I look at it from a standpoint of rushing out the door, getting the customers happy and all that, because they like food coming out that door quickly.
Running out of time, guys. How we doing? We got people. Yeah. We'll get this party started.
I know they're working for something good, and so I'm glad to help them. It's great that they're learning what they're going to do after they leave school. They have something to look forward to.
Ah, Mamma Mia, look at that. See that? Steam coming off. I like that. That's hot food right there. They got to hustle. They got to get it out in a timely fashion. Let's go. Get him out to the table. He's got hot stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Yes, it is.
How's yours with the peppers in it?
Oh, it's delicious.
It's very good, very good.
It's a good day when the food's phenomenal. The kids do a great job. We leave a clean kitchen.
I've been here before, and I'm coming back again.
When we succeed together, we do. When we have failures, we learn from them. So, you know, ultimately, it's a win-win on any level.
Back to school on the Shippensburg campus means a lot of different things. Here, it means
There you go. Don't be a robot.
back to work.
Straight line it. Here we go. Who's up? You know, we have long hours and we work all year long, and it's a tough deal on the family. You know, my wife is a hero in my eyes.
Coach Mark Macheski,
Quicker, you gotta be quicker.
Coach Mac to them,
That's it, quick.
didn't want to miss his kids starting yet another year at Grace B. Lours Elementary School.
An old coach told me, said, you know, the one thing you can never get back is your kids growing up.
He told his players Tuesday.
I told them that, you know, I had to leave the meeting a little bit early to go see Brady and Levi's first day of school.
So we all decided, we were like, hey, how about we just go with you?
You know, it was all their idea to come along.
Family is the number one and the most important thing of all.
Wednesday, the first day of school, the new students had a welcoming team.
Gave a couple kids high fives, you know, let them know, have a great first day of school.
A little tunnel for them to go through like we have over there when we come out of the tunnel.
It's a combination, be a proud dad and a proud coach. There you go, good job, Kane.
Coach Mac's lessons about what really matters.
That's it.
Those might have sunk in more than the playbook.
Just the little things can really change or can really affect someone's day, life.
Go get it, go get it. My family is part of this family, and the Red Raider family is part of my family. Hey, let's have a good day. Hustle down there, let's go.
Wonderful teachers, Mr. Conrad, and I can't name them all, Mrs. Martin.
Remember high school?
Don't
forget Mr. Whitmer.
Mr. Whitmer, yes, Mr. Whitmer.
Gail Hartman does.
And every time we had a class picture, her and I were side by side.
Those were the days of black and white photos.
Where was I? There.
The Greencastle High School class of 1946.
70 years ago.
Classmates are back for the reunion, but something else about this gathering,
I didn't know they made them.
rings a bell.
They gave it out in 1935 for Old Home Week, and my mother got me one. I was 4 years old.
Old Home Week.
Oh my goodness, it's exciting.
And everybody gets to meet somebody that they haven't seen for 25 years.
A borough-wide reunion.
I've been to a lot of them.
Every 3 years.
What's for all of us old folks? So we have people from Washington State, from Florida, from Tennessee.
We're in Mississippi.
But my roots are in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. It was way back in the 1900s. I'm not that old, but I'm one of the old folks.
114 years ago was the first.
Well, this would be the original photo from 1902.
Picture that.
And ever since then, they've been taking one every 3 years.
In the headquarters, an evolving history. Photo by photo, year by year.
She's probably been in all of them. You weren't there in 1902, were you?
Oh, there's my neighbor.
This
right in there with that green cap on
is a tradition in itself.
We come and we try to point ourselves out, and that's one of the reasons why we wear the bright colors, so we can find ourselves a little easier next time.
It's amazing that it's gone this long, that people still come down. It's also amazing that they come down here on a Wednesday afternoon to get in the picture.
And these people are way too close.
That's this day.
If you push the stroller.
Hundreds crowd the square for one
Little bit, not much.
shot.
Yeah.
The big thing is, if you have a newborn in this town, you want to be in the front row so that you can look back every year.
We do try to get our same spot every year. It's our little tradition.
So it's a little bit of a fight between the parents to make sure their kids get in the front row.
We waited from 9:30 until 11:30 to get our spot.
Little tiny people are allowed to sit in front of the blue line.
Picture this, the 39th shot of the people who call Greencastle
I'm ready when you are.
home.
1, 2, chins up, 3, and smile, smile, smile.
And just see America as it kind of used to be, like the small towns.
Working for you.
Real people, family.
Chris Davis, ABC 27 News.
Another successful year. Have a great time at Old Home Week. Bye-bye, Greencastle.
In 2015, lawmakers failed to pass an enacted budget. But they succeeded in passing the cost of travel and lodging onto taxpayers. Hundreds and hundreds of pages of per diems adding up to millions of dollars. The House billed more than $2 million. The Senate, nearly $250,000 more.
I think it's astonishing. I think it's arrogant. I think it's above the pale that you would reimburse yourself in addition to your salary for not getting the job done.
Actually, thumbs down on the budget drove per diem costs up for some, like Senator Patrick Brown, the Republican chair of the Appropriations Committee, who claimed more than $27,000 in per diems. That was tops in the Senate in 2015.
The reason why mine were higher last year than they have been in the past is I was here almost every day from the middle of August to the end of December, working with my colleagues to try to close the budget.
Democrat Vince Hughes was the top Senate Democrat, second overall, at nearly $18,000. He, too, chairs appropriations.
Especially given this circumstance with the budget being in disarray. I'm here a lot more often than most members. Here a lot during the summertime trying to deal with budget negotiations.
Appropriations chairmen make more than $114,000 in annual salary, well above rank and file's $85,000. The top 5 per diem collectors in the House are all Democrats, led by Chris Senato. At more than $31,000, he didn't return calls to discuss his per diems. Number 3, Dominic Costa, is a frequent flyer on this list. The Western PA lawmaker refused to talk to us about it outside caucus and said call and make an appointment. We did, 3 times over 3 weeks. No response.
Well, it's pretty simple.
Representative John Marr is talking. He was second among House Republicans at just over $24,000 because, he says, he's a committee chairman and he's from Allegheny County.
It's a heck of a long commute. I'm not surprised that a hardworking legislator who lives 200 miles away is going to have more in per diem expenses than someone who lives nearby.
In the House, lawmakers billed nearly $1 million more in per diems in 2015 than they did in 14.
There's going to be some issues that we'll talk about later.
Auditor General Eugene DePasquale blames much of that on the budget impasse.
This shows that all across the board in state government, not passing a budget on time, including this, really hurt taxpayers.
So the legislature should be embarrassed, but nothing embarrasses the legislature.
Activist Gene Stilp says lawmakers should actually pay a price for not getting the job done.
It's almost impossible, but the legislature should pass a bill that says if the budget is not done by June 30th, the legislative pay stops, the per diem stop, their health care stops.
But lawmakers can't stop coming to Harrisburg, so they likely won't stop collecting per diems, which range from $159 to $185 a day, tax-free.
The actual costs they incur are something that usually matches the per diem, plus or minus, a couple dollars. So it's not something that's additional compensation.
Who wouldn't want to get paid for doing nothing? That's what they're doing. This is welfare on steroids.